The old Coo here, coming back at you with another exciting video, continuing with my whipped cream cheese, right, for bagels, spreads. You can make a spread to put on garlic bread with this if you add some garlic and some onion. Use the fresh stuff if you have it. I added smoked paprika because I like the smokiness. You could add some Italian herbs and spices or whatever floats your boat. But anyways, we're about at the midway point. This is about halfway in the whipping process. I would say we're about 5 minutes in, and this is what I'm looking for. I want to see the cream cheese kind of go up the sides of the bowl to tell me that it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And basically what's happening is more and more and more air is being incorporated into that cream cheese. Go back and check out the videos that I posted prior to this one. But just as a quick recipe, what I did was I started with 1 pound. So this is a 3-pound tub. I measured out 1 pound, put it into a bowl, stuck that in the microwave for about a minute just to kind of come up to room temperature. Or you can leave it on the counter covered with some plastic for about 30 minutes if you want it to come up to room temperature that way. But anyways, after that 1 pound of cream cheese, I also put in 4 tablespoons of feta cheese. I also put in 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise to kind of give it that zip, that tanginess, that sour little aftertaste when you spread this on a bagel or put it on a cracker or whatever the case may be. And then I added a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic, right? I put in a 1/4 teaspoon of this onion, this dried onion right here. You could use fresh onion, which I did as well. I put in a 1/2 cup of chopped onion. And then I also put in about 2 cloves of garlic that I chopped up as well. I put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of this smoked paprika. And then I put in 1 teaspoon of salt. Very important. 1 teaspoon of salt kind of helps to carry the flavors through. So we're now at about, I would say about 5.5, maybe 6 minutes or so of this whipping. What I want to do now is slowly turn it off. So we were at level 6, and what I want to do is I just want to kind of bring this down slowly. If you're using your Kitchenaid for the first time, you may notice like a funky kind of oily smell coming out of the machine. That's if you're using it for the very first time. But once you use your Kitchenaid machine for a while, you won't get that smell anymore. Also, if you are going to do this with like a hand mixer, just know it's you holding that mixer, right? There's a little more labor involved, but you're basically going to end up at the same point. Try to use whatever whisk or wire whisk attachment you have to try to incorporate that air into the cream cheese. So now what I want to do is I just want to lower the bowl, right? And do this when the machine's off. Make sure it's off. What you want to do is take like a silicone spatula or similar and just scrape down the sides, right? You want to scrape down the sides so that every little bit of that cream cheese that's in there gets mixed in and whipped, right? So that the air goes in there. And then what you can do is once you get to this point, I would do a little taste test, right? So go ahead and taste your mixture. Let me go ahead and stick my finger in there. So this is perfect for me. But this would be the point. This would be one of the last points or the last moments of this whole process where you could add more flavoring if you had to. If you notice that it's too salty, let's say you flubbed it and you added too much salt or whatever, what you could do is reincorporate maybe another 1/2 pound of cream cheese. So measure out a 1/2 pound of cream cheese, put it on a plate, stick it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, let it come to room temperature and put that cream cheese into the bowl so that if you flubbed and you're over salted, now at least you can balance out the salt with more cream cheese. You kind of get a sense of what's going on there, right? Right? Yes, yes, no, I hope yes. Okay. If you need to add more flavorings, you could add more garlic, you could add more onion, you could add more paprika or whatever flavoring you're using. Now would be the time to use it because from this point forward, we're going to let this go for about another 5 minutes to try to get as much air in there as possible. And you'll know when it's fluffy and it's nice and it looks like a huge marshmallow is basically what you're trying to go for. So anyways, stay tuned for the next video after this one, where I hope we'll be at the final product. I'll catch you on the next video. Anyways, I did put links below in the description, also in the comment section, if you're interested in the Kitchenaid stand mixer, the bowl lift, or you want to check out some other cool products, go ahead and check those out in the comments or the description section. Anyways, when I turn this back on, remember, the bowl comes up. With this particular model, so the bowl comes up, I locked it, and I'm going to go ahead and start slow when I turn it back on again. So 1, 2, 3, and then basically go to about level 6 or level 7 just so that it's whipping fast and it's getting that air in there. Something like this. And there you go. So let it do its thing. If you hear like a flopping noise, I can hear it on my end. It might not come through or translate through to the camera, but if you hear a little bit of a flopping noise, that's a good thing. That means that air is being incorporated. I wouldn't go higher than level 8. Let me slow this down again so I can explain that to you. I wouldn't necessarily go higher than level 8, and the reason why is because if you go higher than level 8, what might happen is you might break the bonds that are holding the liquids to the solids. And then basically what you'll get is you'll get liquid and solid, and your whipped cream cheese will break. It'll turn into a liquid and a solid instead of being one whipped homogeneous mass. Does that make sense? Anyways, hope it does. I'll catch you on the next video.